All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Okay, so it looks like the crypto market has taken a little bit of a dip. We were ranging from 97 to 99, that area, and then all of a sudden the market just tanked. And I think it's just because a lot of people are expecting us to go to 100K. And the market has a way of not giving traders, investors what they want right away. We already know that 100K is inevitable, but the market manipulators don't like to give you what you want. They like to make you earn your money. So what they're trying to do is shake out the weak hands, the people that came here at the last second that did not wait the whole bear market and then some of the bull market to make their money. You have people coming in last second that wants to make a lot of money, and again, they want the market manipulators want to shake them out. So yeah, but I think after this crash, right, we're kind of getting into the most bullish year of crypto. We're getting into the we're getting into the year after the halving, and that's typically the most bullish parabolic year for crypto. I mean, if we look at 2021 or 2020 to 2021, 2020 kind of set it up for 2021. Prior to that, 2016 to 2017. So the year after the halving is typically the most bullish. And yeah, but what I think is happening now is just people are getting shaken out by market manipulators. Okay, so let's take a look at some cryptos. Let's take a look at some of these charts. Looks like my Apple came out with a new MacBook. I got a new MacBook in 2021, but mine is working perfect. But I mean, they're really good laptops. If you're ever looking for a laptop, get a MacBook Pro. Just my opinion. All right. All right. So it looks like honestly we bounced back. I mean, if you see, we were all the way at 98, and then we sold off all the way to 92. So it makes sense that we're getting a little bounce here. And I think the market had to do this because it was just getting too bullish. I mean, if you looked at the Fear and Greed Index, I mean, we were approaching 90. So it was just getting too bullish. And when it feels like people can predict what's going to happen next, typically the market dumps, and that's exactly what it did. But what I think is going to happen now is BTC is probably going to consolidate in this area for a little bit. People are going to start picking up some coins, some BTC at this 94K mark. But I think going into December, we are going to see an alt season, right? I mean, we've seen altcoins start to move. I mean, we have coins like Avalanche. Again, I like to bring up Avalanche because I think it's going to do really well this bull run, and the chart is setting up for that, right? It had a lot of consolidation. Now it's breaking out. It took a little dip to 42 because of it was at like 47, I think, like a day ago. It was at $47. Now it's at 42, but it's bouncing in that $40 area. And even when it went parabolic here, it went parabolic for a little bit, and then it got into like a choppy phase essentially. Now, is it going to do that now? Maybe, maybe not. But I definitely think we reach all-time highs for Avalanche, right? So that's one of the coins that I'm looking at to tell whether altcoin season is moving. Avalanche, I think Avalanche is going to be a great performer, and but not financial advice, right? All right. Again, we spoke about these coins that I think are going to do a 10x. Avalanche was one of them, but I was saying that from the $25, $30 range. So most likely it'll end up at 200, like 200 to 250, essentially. Sui was another one. Sui was another coin that I said, okay, I could potentially see this go to 100 billion. Again, Grayscale opened a trust for it, and it's just getting a lot of mainstream attention. You see a lot of the crypto Twitter people talk about Sui, and it's just popular amongst the crypto community right now. And again, if you guys don't know, it was created by the people that were trying to create the Libra coin from Facebook. So those developers essentially you split up, and I think one of the founders or one of the developers created Aptos, and the other one created Sui. I'm not too sure about Aptos. All right, there's just a lot of layer ones. That's why for me it's good to stick to the OG layer ones, like an Avalanche, like a Solana, like an Ethereum. Even though maybe like Ethereum, I think Ethereum has great gains ahead. It's just so much competition right now with the layer one space. There's just so many layer ones, and I don't think you need that. I mean, if you look at, I mean, I guess you could look at layer ones like grocery stores. There are a lot of grocery stores. I mean, if I could think off the top of my head, we have, in my area, we have Trader Joe's, we have Whole Foods, we have, I guess you could give Target and Walmart, and then Publix, right? So like a total of 5 or 6. And then we have Sprouts, 7. So let's just say 7 to 10, right? 7 to 10 grocery stores, which I guess there's a demand for that. But in crypto, there's like over 40, 50 different layer ones. Obviously, the ones on the first page are the ones you need to pay attention to, but there's just a lot of options, right? So we don't know who's going to be the winner. That'll probably be a lot more apparent in the next 5 to 10 years. I know Ethereum's going to be here because it has the most developers. Solana looks like it has a lot of staying power. And yeah, everything else in Avalanche. I would say those Avalanche, Solana, Ethereum, Avalanche, Solana, Ethereum, Avalanche, Solana, Ethereum. I said another one, right? It wasn't Sui. Avalanche, Solana, Ethereum. I could have sworn I said something else. Let me see. Let me go to the first page. Sorry, it's the end of the day. It's Monday. It's Monday. Yeah, I think that's all it is. Yeah, so you have those. I would just stick to the OG layer ones, right? Those are the OG layer ones. Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche. Those are the OGs. But there's just a lot of layer ones that you could choose from, and I think those 3 are going to be the ones that have staying power. That's just my opinion, right? Let's see. Give me a sec. I gotta bring my chat box over here, just in case I get some messages. Give me a sec. Share my screen again. Should I sell my altcoin and buy them when they crash? No. Oh, not financial advice. Let me share my screen a sec. Give me just a sec. Why would you? So here's the thing. That's actually a good question, right? And what I see a lot of the crypto YouTubers, and I get kind of annoyed when they say this, but they basically are like, "Oh, you should," and I see what they're saying. They say, "Oh, you should be in BTC. You shouldn't be in altcoins right now. You should be in altcoins when altcoin season come." I've seen a lot of actually big crypto YouTubers say that, and I'm like, why would you get into altcoin season when altcoin season is there? You want to be in altcoin season before it starts. So, in my opinion, no, I wouldn't sell my altcoins. Now, obviously, it depends on what altcoins you have, but I think it's too late in the game. Now, what people recommend to do, so let's just say after this crypto bull market, you sell out of your coins, you're in cash, right? You make your gains, you're in cash. Well, Now at that point, let's say Bitcoin, it went all the way up to like 180, but now it's sitting at 80,000, right? Let's just fast forward 12 months from now, and Bitcoin has crashed. It's sitting at 80,000. That's the time you get into BTC and then hold it into the next bull market. Because ideally, you want to hold BTC until like the year of the halving, right? So if we fast forward back to the halving, which was April of this year, altcoins were a lot lower than what they are now, but they're still really low right now, right? They're still good. They're still, depending on which one you're getting in, right? Like if you're thinking about Solana, obviously that's past. But if you're looking at a lot of AI coins, they're still pretty decently low. But yeah, at that point, you already got the appreciation from BTC, and then maybe you start getting into your altcoins. But that was back then. Now it's like, all right, well, BTC's already at 90,000. You're gonna sell your altcoins and go where? Like, where would you sell? You would sell your altcoins and go to BTC. Okay, well, and then the altcoins start to boom, and then you're trying to chase back and forth. So at this point, in my opinion, not financial advice, I'm not going to sell my altcoins, right? Because I got in at a good price, and I have conviction. That's another thing too. You need to have conviction in what you're in. If you don't have conviction, then you think about selling. And the way you get conviction is you're in the Discord channel of your project. So if you're a Solana head, you're in the Discord channel, you're keeping up with the news and things like that. So you don't miss the news that comes out for your altcoins. You need to be a part of what your project is doing. And that's another thing. People want to sell their altcoins because a lot of people sell it when they start to crash because they don't have that conviction, right? But yeah, so what else? Avalanche, like we said, Sui, Near Protocol. A lot of people have been talking about Near Protocol. This is another layer one. Again, I think we're getting a GIF right now because the market's taking a dip. BTC is, around that 94, 92, 94 mark. But yeah, I think this Near Protocol, since it's tagged to the AI narrative, it's going to do well. So a lot of people are predicting it goes back to its old highs. That'll be around, a 3 to 4x from here. But again, you have to do your own research. I'm not in Near Protocol, but I know about it, right? Yeah, but you need to do your research. Let's see what else. A lot of people are talking about Chainlink too. Again, Chainlink was like the winner last cycle. I was actually in Chainlink last cycle when it was like at $2-3. So let's see. So yeah, I was in Chainlink right around here, and I think I got rid of it on this pump up. And maybe I held some of it, actually. Held some of it maybe until like in the 20s. I'm not sure. But yeah, a lot of people are saying this one is probably going to come back. He said, I have mostly ADA and Stellar, and I'm a super new to the crypto. So can you imagine then going from 0 to 70 to double and then start going down? I have no idea what's happening. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened to me too, because I did pretty well the last bull market, but I held my coins as well. But I did have quality coins, so it just depends on what you were holding, and that's the beauty of it, right? So now that you've experienced that, I think going into this bull market, you know exactly what to not to do, right? So what I've learned from the last bull market is, whatever my target is, like for exiting, let's just say, again, I gave this example the other live stream, but let's just say you come in with 10,000 and your goal is to leave with 100,000. You may want to think about leaving at 60 or 70,000, right? So that way you don't get caught up in the hype, because man, once altcoins start to go crazy, people just lose their mind and they don't know when to take profits, right? And my first bull market, like that was me. It was actually the first two, because I was in crypto in 2016, 2017, 2020, 2021, and it took me 2 cycles to actually figure out what I actually needed to do. So this cycle, it's all about making profit and not holding bags, right? Because all these coins are great. I'm pretty sure some of them are going to make it out and become revolutionary, but they're all promising, oh, this is the next this is the next that. But to be honest, the only ones that's going to be holding value is BTC and maybe Ethereum and maybe Solana. But everybody's promising this is going to be the new Amazon. This is going to be this. This is going to be that. And then you're so hyped because you hear the hype and then you see the price go up and you're like, oh, this can never go down. And then it goes down and then you got to wait 3-4 years into the next bull cycle, right? So you don't want that to happen. You definitely don't want that to happen. ADA and Stellar, those are real OGs. One thing I could say about ADA is that it actually is moving, right? Like this was a crazy move. It went from 25 cents to 96. So a lot of people are thinking it could go back to its all-time highs of $3. Now, the thing is, it's sitting at a $33 billion market cap. I tell you guys all the time, make sure you look at market cap when you're investing, right? 33. So for it to get to $3 again, it needs to be close to 100 million. 100 billion, right? And then to go over 3, it's gonna need 60, 70 billion more. So, and not saying that can't happen during bull market, but you just need to keep that in mind. He said, so I missed out the cash out, my friend. I see. Yeah, the cash out is important, right? Do you think this coin are good? Cardano, I wouldn't invest in Cardano, because for me, it's just an OG coin. Now, you could do good with Cardano, but for me, a lot of the focus, and maybe you guys need to go, well, I'm not going to point to that, but a lot of the focus, you gotta look on crypto Twitter, right? You gotta be on Twitter X, and you gotta be on, a lot of the popular YouTube channels to see, the crypto YouTube channels, to see which narrative is popular. And for me, the narrative that's going to be popular this cycle is AI and DeepIn, right? That's going to be the main narrative. Besides meme coins, besides Pepe, besides WIF, besides the squirrel, the meme coin that just went crazy. Memes are always going to do good, right? But it's just hard to figure out what meme is going to explode. You can't really find that out. It's just, it's a hit or miss, right? So, but what you can see is where, people are most interested in. And people are most interested in AI. And one AI coin that I don't like it because it's open source, but I think it's going to do really well this bull market, not financial advice. And the chart is there. Here's a good rule of thumb, right? If the chart is on the up and up, and we haven't even started altcoin season yet, it's probably a good indicator that this is going to do well. But then you need to say, okay, the chart looks great. Let me look at the market cap. Okay, 4 billion. Do I think it could do a 5x? I think Render could go to 20 billion. Could it go to 40? Potentially, right? So you have to look and say, okay, I'm coming in with 10K. I want to get 30K. Can I do it with Render? Possibly, yeah, right? Most likely, Render's going to do good. Not financial advice, but that's how you have to look at it. You have to say, okay, I'm coming in with this amount of money. How much realistically do I want to make, right? And for me, if you're just new to the space, you need to stick to solid coins, like solid 3 to 5x coins. Like if you're just starting off in the space, you shouldn't be thinking about getting 100x. Right now, everybody wants 100x, and I think honestly, the AI narrative will probably be the place where you could most likely, I wouldn't say 100x, but maybe 20 to 50x is possible with if you get into the right one. But yeah, I think if you're just starting, think about a 5 to 10x. Said maybe I should switch my ADA to the good narrative, as you said, and learn to read the chart properly. Yeah, man, it's up to you, but it's one of those things where it's like, if you don't have conviction, it's hard to get into a coin this stage of the game, right? It's really hard, and not to say it's hard, but you know, you really got to have a plan. I would say before you do anything, look at your plan, look at your goal. What do you want to make? How much do you want to get to? When you're going to cash out? You got to be really specific, and also be in the Discord channel of the project, because a lot of these project stuff happens. Rug pull, middle of the night, you're sleeping, you wake up, freaking coin is down 80%. That happened to me with the DeFi protocol Alex, where I put money in it, woke up, they got hacked. All right, then money, 50% of the portfolio down. I didn't invest, like I had put 9,000 into it, and I ended up getting 4,500 back out after like 4 or 5 months. But again, those are risks you have to see. Now with Render, it is closed source, so could that potentially happen? Maybe, but who knows? I don't think with Render it renders actually solid. One thing you want to check is this, right? Like when you see a coin, go to the market. If they're on, if Render's on Coinbase, so that's great, and Binance, right? So you want to see those two things and say, okay, for it to get listed on Coinbase and Binance, they had to have done their research, or like Coinbase and Binance have had to have done their research, right? And it's on Upbit, so it's on 3 big exchanges. So it's unlikely that Render would have a rug pull, but it's still a risk, right? It's still a risk and things like that. But I would say, make sure that it's on least on one of these big exchanges, because they have to do due diligence before they let these coins onto their platform. And not to say they've missed something, because anybody can miss something, and add on a coin that's fraudulent. But those are just risks that you have to think about, and learn to read chart properly. The thing about TA, right, technical analysis, and I was saying it the other day, it works until it doesn't, right? So I would be more concerned with the market cap. Like, market cap is king for me. I don't say forget the chart. The chart needs to look good. But as far as the TA and drawing all the lines and saying, oh, well, I think this is going to go here, or this going to go here, or you try to draw a line here and put a line there at the 1 minute. The first thing I would say, okay, what is the market cap? Market cap is 4 billion. How much I think it can go up? I think it could do a 10x. All right, you say you think it could do a 10x, 40 billion. All right, and then what I would do is say, okay, well, maybe I don't get out at 40 billion. Maybe I get out at 30 billion. And then also, why do you think it is going to get to 40 billion? Is it in the right narrative? Is it on the first page of Coin Market Cap? Is there upcoming catalyst that will move it up? Now, everything's going to move in a bull market, but there's going to be ones that really explode 10, 20, 30x. It's your job to do the research, right? So yeah, guys, make sure if you're watching the stream, like, comment, subscribe. It's free. So yeah. But yeah, so Render, I think, is going to do well. Stellar, you said something about Stellar. I haven't really heard much about Stellar. Oh, it seems like you mentioned the ones that just went parabolic. Here's the thing, though. This is where maybe TA... No problem. This is where TA actually does come in handy. You see Stellar, every time it pops and it crashes, it pops and crashes. Well, it just popped now. So who knows? It may go over, it may thing, but it has a tendency of popping and taking about 2 to 3 years to come back. So Stellar Lumens, for me, I don't know. The chart doesn't look too good, right? Now, the good thing is that we are at the beginning of the bull market, and it has that going for it that we're in the beginning of the bull market. But if this is where I say TA may help out, right? Um, if I see a chart like this where it just pops up, crash, and then it pops up again, probably in the next what is it? It went from 2010 to probably in the next 4 or 5 months, which is what they're thinking about, it will crash. Last question. If I can ask, do you know if Pepe Unchained is legit? Pepe Unchained. I know about Pepe. I don't know what Unchained is. Yeah, Stellar looks questionable to me. Pepe, is that different from Pepe the coin? Like Pepe. I don't do memes, but a lot of people are saying Pepe's going to be the next. Pepe's going to be the next Doge or close to it. I remember Doge went all the way to 80 billion, but is Pepe going to do that? Who knows, right? Who knows? It's just unpredictable with these things. Guys, I'm going to log off at 6:45, so it's 7 more minutes. I'm going to go for a walk. So I got 7 more minutes. Ask me any questions. If you want to ask me questions, put them in the chat, and we can answer some more. Yes, should get out in the next 20 days. I don't know. I mean, Stellar. So what I was saying was, after every pop with Stellar, what I was saying was, after it popped here, it took about so from October to April. So I was saying it takes about 6 months to crash again. So it pops and it takes 6 months to crash. So, do you have to get out in 20 days? I don't know, but it seems like, and that's what they're predicting. And April is probably going to be the top of the bull market. So actually, Stellar is following that exact pattern right now. And April is like, everybody's thinking April will be the top. Now, the thing different about this bull market cycle is that there's a lot of institutional money in the space. There's a lot of institutional money in this space. So what they're saying is this bear market is going to be different. Now, the market is not as mature. Like, it is mature. It's a $1 trillion market. But I think we still have one more cycle of this crashing. Now, it may not go down 60, 80%. But like I said, if Bitcoin goes to 150 to 180, this bull market, I think it could come crashing back down all the way to 80,000, 90,000 at the end of this bull market. That's just me. Make sure, guys, if you're watching, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It's free. But yeah, so it looks like BTC is crashing again. Again, we went from let's go. We went from 98 all the way to 93. So right now what we're seeing is the shakeout before, I believe, the parabolic altcoin season, and I think this is just typical. Remember, we ran up all the way from 60,000 to 90,000, right? So that's a 50% run up. You need to see correction. Things don't just go straight up. I know people think it's like, oh, it's a bull market. It should just go to 100. And that 100K mark is so psychological that there's so much resistance there. And there's just a lot of people that want to see that they sold at 100K on their Coinbase account. They want to say, oh, I sold at 100K. So there's a lot of resistance there at 100,000 BTC. So that's we try to break it like 4 or 5 times now. And every time it smacks back down. But the thing is, what's pushing it back up is the demand. We have so much demand for BTC that it's going to keep pushing up. So we're definitely going to break 100,000. I think we do that by the end of the year. But we need to, now at this stage of the game, I think you need to be focusing on altcoins. The Fear and Greed Index is Thanks, Antonio. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for advice. No advice. I didn't give any advice. It was just my thoughts, my opinion. Thanks for and have a nice. Yep. Have a nice day, man. Nice night. Realistically, do you see someone making 4x with Render, Caspa, Sui, Tau? Oh yeah. I mean, um, Render for sure. I mean, I was just talking about Render. Render. Um, yeah. So let me. Where's Render at? Did I pass it? Oh no, here it goes. Yeah, Render definitely. I definitely see 4x easy with Render. I mean, 4x for Render would only be 12 billion. And remember, AI and DPIN are the narrative of the cycle. Remember, last cycle was what? Axie Infinity, the punks and all that. Meta, the metaverse. Remember, everybody's talking about the metaverse, sandbox, all that stuff, right? So everything pumped up. Render is kind of like it's the blue chip of the narrative this cycle. It was the first one to really go parabolic. You see, it went from $2 to 12, so 6x earlier on the year. But you know, the last run typically is the hardest. So I think we can see a lot of people were predicting, you know, 50 to $100 billion Render. So that will put it all the way, what, like close to $100. I'm not saying it will do that, but you said 4x. I think Render has a 4x. Sui for sure. But again, I think this is, remember, when I say they have that potential, and I think Render has a lot more than a 4x, but it's going to be a lot of choppiness, right? So, you know, are you going to hold to the very top and sell Render for, let's just say it does a 8 to 10x, right? Are you going to hold to the very top? No, you probably cash out at 4 to 5x. That's what I would be thinking about. I would be thinking about a 4 to 5x, depending on the market cap, because Render's already at 4 billion. So, you know, a 4 to 5x, you know, it's at 20 to 30 billion. But I think Render can go a lot higher. Like I said, we just have to see once altcoin season starts. I know right now it's kind of hard to see because it's just been BTC that's been going up. Brett, Tau for sure. Tau has real good potential in my opinion. Let's see. Tau. BitTensor. If you're talking about BitTensor, yeah. BitTensor, it's at 4 billion, but this one is like everybody's talking about it, right? As far as I think Grayscale mentioned it. Grayscale Trust mentioned BitTensor, and this was one of the ones that I said has the potential to do a 10x, right? If you look at my last live stream where I said the altcoins that have a potential to do the 10x, BitTensor was one of them, right? Now the only thing about BitTensor, it's on Binance, so it's on one of the big exchanges. It's on Kraken, it's on KuCoin, it's on Crypto.com, so you have access to it. The only one that it's not on, which I was surprised, was Coinbase, and it may have a listing later, but I think you know, it goes pretty high. A lot of people are predicting like $6,000-$7,000 for BitTensor, which would, you know, that'd be like close to 10 to 20x, somewhere around there. But if the AI narrative really takes off, I think BitTensor could be one of those ones where we look back and say, you know, this is a big thing. The thing about it that drives people away is that $547 price tag. But again, you gotta look at the market cap. It's 4 billion. So you gotta say, can it go to 40 billion? Which would put it at around 6,000 to 7,000. I think it could do so. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. Hit the like button, subscribe. And you said what else? Caspa. I haven't did too much research on Caspa, but I have seen YouTubers talk about it or mention it and things like that. But I haven't seen. Let's see, Caspa. Yeah, I've seen people talk about it. Lee the Captain. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with him, but he did video on this. Yeah, the chart looks great. So, and it's on the first page of CoinMarketCap. Like when I don't know about a coin, like there's so many coins out there, but when I don't know about a coin, the first thing I do, I look at the chart. Chart looks great, right? Check. Chart looks great. Then the second thing I do, I go to the market, right? It's not on Binance and it's not on Coinbase yet. So that is, it's not a red flag because it is on Kraken and KuCoin. But you got to think about it. When retail comes in, you know, retail we're going to be getting from Binance. Retail is really like Binance and Coinbase. And even Upbit. I don't see Upbit on here. So Upbit, Binance, Coinbase, they're not on any, the Caspa's not on any of them. Now it could get a listing, right? But the fact that it's not even on one, like if it was on Coinbase but not on Binance, I'd be like, all right, well, it's may get a Binance listing because Coinbase listed it. Or if it was on Binance, I would say it would be potentially listed on Coinbase because Binance listed it. But it's not on either of those. But the chart looks great. It is number 33, right? It's on the first, the first 100 coins on there, and things like that. So, and it's 3.7 billion, not too huge of a market cap, still big size, but you know, can it do a 3 to 5x in this bull market? I think definitely could, definitely. You really need to look into Caspa, First Block Dad, Fair Launch Pal, Proof of Work, Proof of Work, no VC allocation or pre-sales. Yeah, I already, like I said, for me, I'm in the AI narrative. I'm not even gonna say which coin I'm in because again, I don't like to pump up anything. But for me, the AI, the deep in narrative is gonna be the narrative of this cycle. So Caspa, if I miss out on it, I'll definitely check it out. I've actually seen videos on it because again, like a lot of the crypto YouTubers talk about it. But for me, you got to remember, it is on Kraken, but Binance and Coinbase is really where you get that retail effect and you get that nice pump. And even Upbit, I don't even see it Upbit. It's a Korean exchange, right? So, but not saying it's not going to do good. If you're in Caspa and you got conviction, hold on to your bags and have a plan and make sure that you don't let people convince you that it's a bad play, right? If you did the research, if you're in the Discord channels, if you know that okay, no VC allocation, no pre-sales, things like that, then have conviction in your place. Just make sure to take profit, please. Take profit. And again, I was talking about this in my last stream. Okay, so this is going to be the last thing I talk about before I dip out. But when you take profit, right? Let's say you take profit from your bags, make sure you don't try to throw it in something right away. I always say take 3 to 4 months off, whether you made 50, 100, 300,000, 500,000, a million. Just take 3-4 months off. And you said I'm big into AI. Good. AI is going to do really well. Take 3, 4, 5 months off and just think about the money you made and think about a good plan for it, right? Don't just go out and put it in the field again so that way you don't lose it quick, right? So that's all I have to say. I have to dip out. I have to go for a walk. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're getting a lot more people tuning in. I think it's because I'm talking about crypto. Again, this is financial nutrition. So we talk about crypto, but we also talk about finance, your financial nutrition, good financial habits, good things to practice financially. So we talk about everything, but I'm really into the crypto space. Those are where my investments are. So I'm going to talk about crypto a lot, especially during this bull market. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Take care.